Welcome. This is Maurice Gear back for another Power Pack training. I'm going to share with you guys two keys that millionaires master. Okay, I want to help you guys to take your business, take your life to the next level. Have you ever wondered why you're not able to do the things that you want? Have you ever wondered why some people make a lot of money and some people make a little bit of money? Well, I'm going to share with you two keys that I believe if you take to heart and you master them, you start to implement them today, you'll see a drastic change in your finances. You'll see a drastic change in your business. And most importantly, you're going to see a drastic change in your life. These are two keys that millionaires have mastered. Okay. Now, the difference between you and a millionaire is just the simple things. Okay. Just a few simple things that millionaires do that you don't do. And that's why they're a millionaire and you're not. But once you learn the secrets, once you master these keys, you too can be a millionaire if you decide to, and if you apply what I share with you and you have persistency and consistency in your actions. Okay, so let's get into the two keys that millionaires master. Okay, wealth key number one is mindset and thinking. Okay, millionaires have master the art of thinking big. Okay, there's no limitations to a millionaire's mind. Okay, that's the reason why he's a millionaire. His thinking is bigger than your thinking. Okay, his actions are bigger than your actions. Millionaires feed their minds, they read, they grow, they invest in their minds. So wealth key number one, ladies and gentlemen, is you must develop a winning mindset. Okay, everything starts on the mind. Okay, excuse me, everything starts in the mind. All right, if your mind cannot conceive it, your actions and your outer world will not conceive it. Okay, it's all about mindset. Okay, it's all about thinking. Okay, first inward, then outward. Okay, so in order for you to accomplish the things that you want in life, you must constantly think at a higher level. You must constantly feed your mind positive information on a day-to-day basis and listen to positive information. Invest in trainings and courses to feed your mind, to sort of speak, download the right information in your mind. Just think of your mind as a computer. What you put in it will produce the results you want in your life. Let me say that again. What you put in your mind will produce the results that you want in your life. So if you put in your mind you want to make $100,000 a month and you feed your mind into your feed that into your subconscious mind, and that's what you visualize, that's what you think about on a consistent basis. And if you do that long enough, ladies and gentlemen, that will materialize in your life. Now, the reason why you're getting the results that you're getting in your life is because that's what's in your mind. If you're only making $40,000 a year, you have a $40,000 a month or $40,000 a year mindset. Okay. See, a millionaire has a millionaire mindset. He has millionaire information programmed into his mind, and that's why he's a millionaire. See, that's the secret. I just gave you the secret. So if you're making $50,000, you have $50,000 a year information in your mind. So what you must do in order to get to millionaire status or get to $100,000 or 75 or whatever your goal is, you must program that into your mind. Take out a sheet of paper and write down, I will make $100,000 in the next 2 years. I will make $1,000,000 in the next 2 years. This is the type of thinking you must have if you're to be successful. Okay, so you must develop a millionaire mindset. You must think at a high level. You cannot continue to think at the level you are now and expect things to change. That's the definition of insanity. doing things the same way and expecting to get different results. That's the definition of insanity. So you don't want to be an insane person. So in order for you to get to the next level, ladies and gentlemen, you must change your mind. You must adapt a millionaire mindset. Okay? So it's all about thinking and mindset. Millionaire key number 2, and this is my favorite. Millionaires are action takers. They take risk. Ladies and gentlemen, you can listen to this training 10,000 times, and I recommend that you listen to it over and over so that it can sink into your subconscious mind. But let's face it, there's a plethora of information on YouTube. There's a plethora of training courses. In fact, you can go on Google and type in how to make $1,000. I got an ebook in the description below that shows you how to crush it on YouTube and make a ton of money. You can read that ebook. You can go and get the information, ladies and gentlemen. You can spend thousands of dollars on trainings and courses. And unless you take action, you will not produce results. I can give you a bag of seeds, and if you don't go and plant those seeds, you will never reap a harvest. Ladies and gentlemen, if your goal is to make $10,000 a month or $100,000 a month, unless you take action, you will never see results. If you want a job, folks, and if you don't go apply for a job, you can't get a job. If you want to build a house, unless you get the wood and all the things that you need to start building a house, you will not resurrect a beautiful home. See, millionaires take action upon their ideals. Not only do they take actions, folks, but millionaires are risk takers. In other words, they invest in themselves. In other words, they're not afraid to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on business ideals and the ideals that they get. In fact, if you look at most successful millionaires, okay, most of the time they've dropped out of college, they've mortgaged their homes, they've done a lot of different things to take risk. In fact, some of them have become bankrupt trying to go after their dreams and goals. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to become a millionaire, if you want to become successful, you're going to have to take risk. Now, unsuccessful people aren't willing to take risks. That's why they're unsuccessful. Successful people aren't willing to write a check for $2,000 for a coaching program. Okay, successful people are willing to write a $10,000 check to go out and invest in a training that they feel that will change their business. They're not afraid to invest in the trainings and coaching that it takes to become successful. That's why they're successful. See, ladies and gentlemen, these are just simple keys that if you master, they will make a dramatic impact upon your life. What am I saying? Ladies and gentlemen, whatever's before you that you need to do, the cave that you need to go in is the cave that holds the treasure you want to possess or you want to hold. You have to be you have to be powerful enough and not allow fear to stop you from accomplishing what you want to accomplish in life. These truly are the keys that will allow you to break free of procrastination, because that's what's stopping you. The only reason why you're not making the money you want to make or accomplishing the goals that you want to accomplish is you're not taking action. You're not taking enough action. And if you take action, folks, you can have anything. You can accomplish any goal that you want to accomplish. So what's stopping you from winning? Ask yourself that question. What's stopping you from winning? And I can boil it down to the two keys: mindset and not taking action. Because in your mind, you feel that you're going to fail, that they're going to laugh at you, that you don't have enough money, that you don't have a college education. That's stinking thinking. Get rid of the stinking thinking. You need a millionaire's mindset. Matter of fact, put your hands on your head right now and just repeat this. I can do anything I put my mind to. I have a multi-millionaire mind. And if you say that, you do that, and you believe that, ladies and gentlemen, you can accomplish any goal. You can do anything you want in life. What's stopping you from winning? The man in the mirror. You are. Look at that diagram. You are the only person that's stopping you from having success. You. There's nobody else stopping you. Nobody has a gun pointed to your head and say, don't touch that computer. Don't start a business. Don't purchase that course. It's you. And the only way to stop you from hindering you from achieving the things that you deserve is to roll your sleeves up, go purchase the coaching, purchase the ebooks, purchase the trainings, invest in yourself, take action. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to lose. Most people spend more money on the lottery than they do on themselves. That's a shame. Think about it. Most people are not afraid to go and spend hundreds of dollars on lottery tickets, but when it comes to investing in a training course that may cost $1,500, we start to think, oh, this is a scam. But the lottery is the biggest scam, but yet we still invest in the lottery. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be afraid to invest in yourself. And I'm going to leave you with this. The greatest investment is not real estate. The greatest investment on planet Earth is you and yourself. You are the greatest investment. Invest in yourself. Believe, and you too can become a millionaire. You too can become the person that you want to become. But you must master those two keys. This is Maurice Gear. It's been a pump pleasing pleasure. I look forward to seeing you guys in another video. Bye for now.